No, I know, but what I'm saying is, anyone looking at the synopsis of the book would not think of a movie like this. That's what was stunning. And you always write with one particular writer who was also...
Except this one.
Except this one.
Yeah.
So
James Shemus is my creative partner. It started out, he polished the English in my earlier works. They're a mix of English and Chinese. And then he started to produce my movie. So either produce or writing. And then he became the head of Focus Feature. So he's doing finance too. So I work with him one way or another. He's a good way to feed me back. And he's a good writer, good salesman. He knows where the movie's going. I don't know. No, I'm a filmmaker. I'm like a racing horse. I just run around. No, he can do a little bit of this with me. But this one, I feel like I have some growing up to do. So, so I'm writing with someone else who collaborate with me.
McGee.
David McGee. And then I face a studio by myself. And I sort of carry the production on my shoulder. So this is the first time I worked with
there were other lines written. Did you totally push that aside, or were there, because there were stages in which it was developed?
You mean studio?
This film, as you rightly said in the interview, you don't find the film found you, even this found you.
Yeah, they look for me. No, do you want to make a movie? No, I don't believe you're going to spend that kind of money. So are you definitely? Oh, let me think about it. Go ahead, look for some other director. Don't hold for me. I'm making another movie. So I made another movie, and 8 months later, they're still waiting. Unless you definitely don't want to do it. That studio, when they want you, they say you're the only one in the world who believe can make this happen. Nobody else can make this movie. You have to do this. This is our dream. They just go on and on and on. And I started thinking about how do I crack this thing? This is impossible. And the more I think about it, I start to get hooked and I'm possessed. And I started cursing.
It's very easy to crack it now that I've seen 30 minutes of it. I think what is interesting is how you came about translating it into a vision rather than a book, because everybody has, that's a problem with the novels, and you always chose short stories. Mr. Ray believes that short stories, Satyajit Ray, believes that only short stories are best suited for the cinema medium. That's his view. Do you also believe that?
Well, once you have the desire, just step by step, whatever you see, what the problem is, and then you find a solution for each thing. That's pretty rational, I think. And then as you're working at something, a light bulb goes up here and there. And, making movies not overnight. It's not like I have a method, I know what to do. I don't. It takes a long time. The first thing I have to find a structure. I think the most difficult thing for this material is that it examines the power of storytelling and telling, illusions. A movie, as you know, is all about illusion. How do you don't want anybody to get out of the, break out of the emotion. Whatever the setup is, you have to keep in there. How do you keep in there while you're examining the illusion? That's the hardest thing. So I came up with a device as I was traveling here, doing my research. If I can find a third voice, third person's voice, while I'm doing the first person feelings, maybe I can break it, maybe I can structure it. So first find a structure. So I found Irfan's part, the older part.
Yes, the older person, yeah.
Yeah, he is the rational voice, very much like the book.
Yes.
And then I know I need a pi, 60-year-old pi, to go through the journey. Then I set up a writer to receive the story, so you can go back and forth, but still the same person is telling you how he feels, So okay, that's doable. And then I pre-visualized the whole ocean part. I spent a year doing animation work. So I made the movie before.
4 years.
4 years. But the animation I already done before I shoot the movie. I already made the movie. So that is a good tool to have meetings, to find method. How do we crack down this production? So little by little, animation is possible. And I learned from how to deal with tiger, what tiger is about. With tiger
there were 4 tigers.
The 4 tigers, Frenchmen. Yeah. The first tiger expert I met was here, Tiger Man. I forgot his name. And supposedly he's 105 years old. He said.
It sounds like going.
Tiger Man. Okay. So little by little, and then you propose the budget. Casting Suraj, I was lucky. When I showed the tape to the studio, I said, oh, well, you can see how the movie plays. I was lucky there. And then fighting for the budget. And then think about 3D. If it's so impossible, maybe you open up another dimension. We can take a leap of faith. The studio didn't want to do it because it's expensive. If it's a big action movie, they want to make it do 3D. But this is a literature property. They don't do that. But then I have to explain to them and do tests showing to them. 3D, making these movies is a big risk. But 2D is a bad idea. I don't want to do it anyway.
Yeah, because that's
you can't do it. Water movie.
You were telling me that every lens change took 20 minutes.
The water movie, you gotta sit through it without Tom Hanks. That's very difficult. But with 3D, you actually feel like you drift with them. The sensation you get, actually, it's a new experience. Maybe that can carry through it. Maybe that creates a new sensation and illusion that you can talk about the subject matter of faith. No. There's no short answer to this, but it's like if there's a will, you'll find a way to do things.
Now, how did you find pi? How many pies did you see before?
About 3,000 of them.
Huh?
About 3,000.
3,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we narrowed down to 12. I met them in Bombay, test them each. Suraj stood out right away. You look at him and say, oh, there's a movie. And then I test, he's a true talent. I'm going to make him embarrassed. To me, the best talent in acting is not the ones who can perform, but who can believe in something and being that person. And he has no obstacle. He doesn't need training to do that. I set him up in a situation, this character equals to this, that. It's a 2 pages monologue in the movie. And there's not 1 second, any molecule of him doesn't respond to the situation. It just happened. And toward the end, he was in tears. It was a heart-wrenching performance. So that was good news. I got a pie. It's very obvious.
Yes, I only saw a shot of him on the prow of a boat, looking down and saying sorry to the parents who were
that was a very hard condition. He was put on a gimbal. It's a huge set. The set is
rocking,
bigger than this room.
It's raining. You don't see tears.
And the machine, the water gun shooting at him. Everybody's screaming. It's extremely loud. And he believed that his family is gone. Nothing disrupted him. And there were real tears. And I was very upset when we shot that there's technical errors and he keeps screaming and crying. I said, look, there's an actor out there, okay? Guys, pay attention. I'm a nice guy, but I did scream to the crew. Get your acts together. He's not a machine. And they got their eyes together. This was snapped to, and we got the take you saw. It was heart-wrenching. It doesn't matter your experience or young. A talent is a talent.
Yeah, but slowly now, I was scared of 3D only for this reason, being the actor that I am. All the technical glitches might take away that little moment that an actor or a director is able to capture. Now it's becoming easier. you say?
I think 3D will be easier every day.
Yeah, I'll wait for it to become a little more easier.
I think people will start using 3D for drama because the way it looks, the density, the volume you give, the way you put them is dramatic. It's like staging. It's a great tool. I think very soon people will do like pure drama, two-person talking, but in 3D. Because for some shots, I need to talk to Suraj next to him because it's a young experience. I will be watching a 2D monitor next to the camera. I talk him through the scene. When I'm happy with the scene, before I check the gate, I'll go to my control booth and look at 3D screen. And my God, I have to go back and reduce acting because 3D pick up so much information, details, and the volumes. Actually you can't, what's okay with 2D was overacting in 3D. I think this is all great news for actors. Pretty soon the movie star will require what kind of volume you want to give, how much separation I want. It's like my left side looks better. I want certain lighting. I think 3D will have its thing. Like I bet you 5 years movie stars say, oh no, that's too much apart. I don't like that.
No, I like the shot where the ship is in the background and he's floating. The sense of involvement is there because you are in water. Point of view is where he's floating and the ship is slowly. It's lovely, and it is not just rushing at the audience's face. It's not in the face, as they say, but it's effective.
Another thing, for that shot, for example, I realized 3D, because it has the volume and simulating the depth, you can put a character's back out of the screen and feel like the actor's with you. At the same time, you have the perspective of the actor. That's how we imagine or dream about when we do things. We're like behind ourselves, going about things.
Yes.
So you have the over shoulder and the point of view at the same time, putting a different distance.
Yes.
It feels like you're doing it. Like you literally, I believe, in that shot you're talking about, you feel your pie watching
From underwater.
Yeah, from underwater. So that's really a benefit. You don't get it from 2D. It's a new tool.
Yeah, I think you're slowly converting me to 3D now.